Hey, guys.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
No, we have the audio.
Oh, it's not
The
working.
mic, no, it's working, but, hey, Chris, can you hear me? I think I have to go.
Um. Testing, testing. Can you hear us, Chris?
Chris, can you hear us? Chris?
Chris, can you hear us? Hello? Are you on mute?
Looks like he's on mute.
No, are we on mute? He's not on mute. Hey, Chris. Uh, you've got all this hooked up, right?
Yep. It should work, I don't think, I think if we can. Oh, now. We cannot hear you.
Can you hear us, Chris? Yeah, he can hear us. We can't hear you.
Let's see.
All right, is it working now?
Yeah, it's still quiet.
Is it good work? Is it working now?
Hello.
Yep, sounds good.
We can't hear Chris though.
Yeah, that's the problem with it.
What about the settings?
No, it's working, this thing.
No, the Zoom settings, for guests,
Check.
is it on,
Check.
up where guests, you can't hear the guests?
Check.
Yeah, wait a second.
Sometimes you can, the host can mute the guests in the Zoom settings.
Check.
Wow, how are you?
Good.
Welcome.
Songhua.
Welcome.
Just all three?
Yeah. No problem.
Well, it's only 6:13.
Oh,
We've got 15 minutes. There'll be more people.
Check.
click have the online Zoom
Chris, yeah.
class on Zoom. Okay.
Hello, Songhua. Hello.
Then speak.
Huh?
Speech. How much?
Hello.
No speech.
For who?
Speech one. No.
Yeah, one speaker. Why, do you want to give a speech?
Traveling is good.
Why, do you want to give a speech?
No.
Not this week? Maybe next week.
Oh. I ask you a question.
Yeah.
What difference between pay for the bill and pay for the fee?
For what? Pay for what? Pay for
Pay for the bill?
bail?
Yeah.
And pay for the fee,
and pay for the fee,
where,
Samsung setting as in.
what
go to
setting?
Samsung?
the thing,
What setting, where?
where?
Where,
Yeah,
why?
You see my screen?
Sometimes
No,
pay,
share your screen. I don't
pay
think.
for
Oh,
the
you're not
bill.
seeing my screen, okay, okay.
If you use something like electricity, gas, they,
Oh, bill,
as they, or bill.
bill, B-I-L-L,
Yeah.
bill. Pay for the
Send
bill
me a bill
and
Let me
pay
share
for the
my
what?
screen.
for the fee,
One second.
Pay for the
You
fee.
see now?
the thing,
Can you see mine?
When do you see pay for the fee?
Oh, no, hold on, let me share my screen.
what you see is pay for the.
When does that,
Okay.
I don't know what pay for the fee is.
Oh,
Yeah, don't know.
Oh, pay for the
Yeah,
bill,
I see
Pay
Samsung.
the bill.
invoice.
Do you have it hooked up to the HDMI?
Pay
Anyways,
for
Yeah.
fee, I don't
fee,
know.
but sometimes you maybe,
Under audio, to the right of audio, you should click on that arrow.
Well, usually.
And then
we
under
pay-
select a speaker, it should say Samsung.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Most
don't
bills.
see it though, hold on. Let me try.
Most bills.
more bills.
Is it, something in particular?
I don't know, you don't know.
Okay, I just pay, they get an invoice.
You pay,
Yeah.
Can you unplug the HDMI and plug it back in?
Online.
online.
No, is it because
Okay.
you're using our good one, right? Our good adapter or the bad one?
You're,
No.
you're not,
You're the one
literally
who
use
use
cash.
I'm using the Moki, the one that.
No, don't use that one. Use the one that I gave you.
The Q It's not, it wasn't working, so I'm going with.
Okay.
Let me try
No,
it
the
again.
other one works. The other one works. The small one works.
That's why I changed it.
Credit card.
Now, let's see.
Yeah. Okay.
Why, are you in trouble? Are you in some sort of trouble?
No. Because,
You need some money? You need some money? You need money?
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I pay your bill. Where's the bill?
You pay for me the bill?
If it's a small bill,
Yeah. No.
$2.
No. It's a, but
Okay.
because
Let's see.
we discuss about, the other.
Okay, can you talk now?
Check.
Okay.
The other
well,
college,
they may have fees.
they have fees.
They may, a school may have fees.
Okay, I think it's good.
I can see it.
For some reason it was not working the
Cool.
first time, so, okay.
Like
Can you see Samsung now?
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
fee.
Oh, you see it now, right?
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah, we can hear
I
you.
can, I can say the bill is your usage.
We can hear you.
Your usage, they
Can you hear me?
send to you.
Yes.
Okay.
After, it's about utilities?
But you.
But I feel like you're not on that mic. I feel like your mic is the laptop. I think, can you change the input for the mic to be the other one?
Oh, maybe it's a fee is.
Okay.
In advance.
Advance fee.
How about now? Better?
Yeah, better.
Oh, okay. Cool.
The fee, the bill.
I don't know, they can still give you a bill for the fee. Yeah, if you go to like an admission office, maybe they give you a bill for the fee,
No.
and then you pay the bill,
Oh, the bill.
yeah. Are you going to De Anza College?
No, we discuss, my classmate.
Where do you go for English as a second language, ESL, where do you go?
Yes,
But is it a high school, is it a school? Or?
Hey, Shrug.
hi, well, just ESL adult school.
It's a school,
Adult school.
ESL school?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay,
ESL adult school is free,
free,
yeah,
maybe I'll go,
huh,
maybe I'll go,
you,
yeah,
you.
I'll be the number one student,
You're a teacher,
I'll be the number one student.
I think that you, as you can become ESL teacher.
Teacher?
Yeah.
But don't you have to know like Spanish or Mandarin or, doesn't the teacher need to know the language of the students?
No,
No,
teacher, you just speak
just
English,
English,
yeah,
wow,
they may speak slowly.
wow,
Yeah,
okay.
they don't need to know Mandarin, but class, in my class, they are Korean, Taiwanese, Chinese, Japanese.
Yeah, so it's too many languages to learn.
So many,
Yeah.
Mexico.
Maybe I should teach. Would I be able to tell my jokes? Would I be able to tell my jokes?
Yeah, you're.
In English. Hey, Chris, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep, loud and clear.
Do you want me to have this at the ready? I was gonna be able to share our slides. Let me show you here, like when we're doing stuff and Maria's here.
That's fine, sure, why not?
I guess
Marie,
just for our online members, I suppose, if we have any other online members, they can
yeah, but
follow along with us.
when the Toastmasters going through the agenda, have it on the screen for sure,
Okay,
so they can follow along.
yep,
And we're gonna have our Maria, the area director here, so however we can present in a way that scores us points, that would be,
Mhm.
we have
Do
to,
you know who the Toastmaster is? I know it's still open.
BJ had to back out, he had an emergency come up, so if nobody volunteers, I'll be Toastmaster, and then I'll hand off general evaluator to somebody else.
Okay, sounds good. We got that traveling is good. Table topics, I'm ready for that.
Right.
Okay.
Hi,
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah, yeah.
how are you? The,
Hello. Hi, Deepa.
Hi, Deepa, how are you? Welcome, welcome. You gave your speech today, huh?
No.
No.
Next
Oh, next time, okay.
yeah,
Not this time, all right,
but today,
See you.
all right. Yes, yes. Yeah,
I. I give you a question
yeah,
and you answer, okay?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
What is the situation?
What is the
What
situation?
is the situation and the lion and the goat
The lion and the goat,
and can play together?
they play together?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
I ask you.
Oh, what's the situation of a lion and goat?
What situation or what condition the lion, in for instance, a king, a lion
Yeah,
and or sheep
sheep,
and the goat
yeah.
can play together happy.
So what situation can they play together? Happy?
Yeah.
I don't know, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
Okay.
what, no,
No?
no,
You
what?
don't know?
I don't know.
Okay. The wise sheep, when he saw a lion
Yeah,
eat one sheep, two sheep, and four,
yeah,
so they can play with the lion. Because the lion is full, he
oh,
cannot eat anything.
oh, he waits till the lion's full,
Yes,
and then he plays with the lion.
yeah,
And then when the lion's not full anymore, he
if
eats the sheep.
yeah, but if the lion will start,
Yeah,
they will eat the sheep.
Yeah.
Eat the other animal.
mhm,
So this is interesting question.
Yeah.
Because the lion cannot storage the food.
Yeah.
For example,
can't store,
when he kill
can't store the food.
when he kill the one animal,
Yeah,
they eat.
right, they have to eat it right
If
away.
before he cannot eat,
Right, I
so
understand,
he put the food away.
yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.
So the wise sheep
Waits,
can play the lion
yes,
together.
when the lion's full.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Is that supposed to be a joke? Is that a joke?
Oh, this is a
Story.
Story?
story.
Oh,
Oh, but maybe
what's the moral of the story?
Hmm?
What's the moral of the story?
what's the more
The meaning?
meaning.
Yeah.
The meaning is our human being.
Yeah.
They are mainly storage technology,
right,
so many things can storage.
yeah,
So the man design is unlimited.
oh, unlimited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for example, money.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You have a $1 million. No, I want to 1 trillion.
trillion.
Yeah, I want to, because the money.
Yeah.
Like, food, everything can change everything. So many people want to make more money. So the society is not very peace. Someone they rob the money,
They're never full.
never fall. Yes,
Yeah.
because the story.
I know, they're never
It-
full, so
it-
they can't play together.
Yes.
So you need to turn that into a speech.
Hmm?
Turn that into a speech.
Tonight's speech. Tonight's speech.
No, not tonight. Prepare
Tonight's speech about this topic.
Yes, well, start with the story
Yeah,
and then compare it to technology. and
Technology.
money.
money. So now, right now, the people anxiety, and worry about
Anxiety.
anxiety. The people always anxiety and worried about it because
They're anxious,
for the future.
yes,
Oh,
anxious,
what can be?
anxious,
Yeah, anxious.
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 Yeah.
It's,
Right, do a speech on that.
I write a story and give your check, give your the modify, and so I can check it.
Give a speech, yeah, let me know when. Hello.
Hello.
Is this the Toastmasters?
That sure is, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome, hello.
Emily,
Okay.
come
Hi.
in, sit anywhere you want, we're gonna be starting in about 5 minutes. Yeah, you're on top.
Welcome.
Yeah, I saw you sent the emails.
Yes.
Yes, there's our agenda.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so just enjoy yourself and we will be starting shortly. If you have any questions, let me know, but welcome. How did you get on, by the way?
Hello, we missed you.
Where are you from? Oh, okay, so you don't have to drive too far.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. Did you have any trouble finding this? Yeah.
2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
parking could be-
hello.
Quite a parking-
See you a long time.
I wasn't sure.
See myself
Hi.
a long time.
Close.
Hi, Carl.
Okay, yeah, there's the parking lot here.
Uh-huh.
So next, yeah,
I'm the uncle.
but sometimes the yoga classes.
You are.
Get crowded, but they have separate spaces for the office. up here.
Oh, okay.
So you should be able to find a space. Hi, Carl. Hi. How you doing? How's things going? Haven't seen you in a while.
Well, I've been traveling and doing other stuff.
Okay, well, you're our grammarian tonight.
And someone has picked out the good word.
Yes.
I'm all done. I know that one.
So, every week, we have an agenda every week.
Amalgamate. Amalgamate.
And the rules,
Amalgamate.
the rules are used to be still the same, but,
Yes.
every week, different members take
Over
different
was
roles.
mean to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
so we can, so members can take, if they feel like giving a speech,
Together.
they give a
Something
speech.
good.
There's a-
To
there's a bigger
One
one.
man, one
And then we
woman.
have like,
you, the
like a
family,
timer or
together.
or smaller room. So, you know, if you're a
Uh,
newer member,
how
you can
about,
take smaller
mate?
roles and then
Amalgamate.
get a
Yes.
PO and then give a little bowl.
Amalgamate.
Amalgamate.
Yeah. But we have some structure to it. So, yeah. Have you been to a Toastmasters
No.
meeting before?
No.
Didn't
no,
know
it's
that.
great. I
Didn't
was
know
trying
two
to
more
face
things.
it
And more things,
last
no,
time.
no human
In
being,
the,
two more things.
Yeah,
watched
it's not
the
a human
YouTube,
being.
Oh,
presentation
yeah.
for the last
Yeah,
Amalgamate.
our open house.
Yeah, the open
Oh,
house one.
okay.
Yeah.
What do
It
you,
was very interesting.
Maybe two.
Oh, trans-
two
the YouTube video.
businesses.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you like it? You like it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was really
okay, amalgamate.
interesting. Like the speeches.
And, yeah,
Oh,
okay,
really good.
yeah, all in,
Yeah, yeah.
and the,
Called,
put
One of the
together
speakers was one of our guest
among
speakers.
later,
Yeah,
public.
but, yeah, we usually have two speeches,
What were the two
a
things?
meeting.
Tonight,
I think we're all.
You said what?
only, only
Sort of the
bread,
idea for the
Oh, bread.
members is to-
put together.
Oh,
More
sandwich
speeches you
like
get
a
the sandwich,
sandwich.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
I did remember
Don't
about
think
5
that,
years.
this,
Not given 36
No, I don't think so.
over 5 years.
this is the two companies.
Oh, about
Two
106
businesses.
or so.
Good to see you again.
And
Hi there.
We still have your daughter's name on.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, she's homeschooled, so she uses a computer all the time.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
What do you want me to rename it again? Just for, I hope it doesn't change. I don't think it'll change your settings, but let me, I'll just
David.
do it for you. David?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's do that. Hey, Kevin, welcome back.
Hi there.
Surprised the meeting is so popular with the election tonight. Maybe it's a nice escape for a little bit, right?
I think coming back as a guest, you know, make sure it feels right for you if you want to become a member. Then if you want to get that virtual.
Kevin, were you able to get onto choose your pathway and get onto Basecamp?
Yeah, I just got started with that.
Nice.
And I look forward to doing the exercises.
Perfect. Yeah. And then go ahead and sign up for your speaking slot whenever you want the next couple weeks and just get it on there and work towards it and fill it in with extra filler roles here and there to keep yourself, you know, engaged and participating. Hello, welcome.
We'll start in 5 minutes, so
Okay.
6:35.
Yeah, because I think electricity.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So, we have, so far we have, 2 guests.
My father was really into
Forget her
the
name,
Greek
I'll let you know,
language,
but then we have
so
David
that's where I
online.
get my name from. Most
And
people
then,
think, oh,
So 2 guests. so
you
far.
know, like superhero. or
David, and
Steve
I'll tell you her
Jobs.
name in a second.
It's unbelievable.
I think I started to watch it and it's quite depressing,
Yes.
because it's all about, you know, mourning becomes Electra, like MOUR, and.
Her name's Natalie.
The tragedy.
And David, he's online. And Natalie's here.
Maybe your father.
Those are our
is,
only guests
electrical
so far.
engineer.
I'll let you know if someone else.
He did some degrees, but
You're the evaluator tonight, right?
I know.
Did you,
I printed my own.
oh, fantastic. I printed it for you.
Thank
Look,
you.
Then you went on Trello, right? Like I told you, I printed that. Oh, okay. Well, you were almost perfect tonight. And then the one thing, this is your first time as an evaluator, right? So typically you would ask whether you're evaluating ahead of time. During the thing, one meeting. So you pay attention to it.
Oh.
Sometimes they're working on something, right? So you know, Alexi,
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna be.
I didn't know who
history.
A-B was. Okay,
Right here.
hello.
It's me. Is there anything you want her to pay particular attention to tonight?
Oh,
with your speech?
yes, I mean, Carlos here, grammar, but in general, just general presentation, like how smooth the speech,
Okay.
connection, logical. More like kind of external appearance of look like.
What was the
Trying
last
to
thing?
speak smoothly,
Ah, okay,
clearly, slow, etc.
okay.
Something not clear enough, not well articulated or logically, it's not structured. Whatever.
Okay,
So I think that's super topic for me just to put it.
Yeah, which that's a lot to. I knew about the clarity and
Hey,
the.
Kevin, can you hear us?
It's a lot.
We're looking for a general evaluator tonight. Would you like to fill that role?
I think it may be difficult for me to do that.
Okay, next time maybe. No
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin, you can do it. Just, this is the idea. So basically just kind of think about the meeting. How was the flow? How did it, how was the experience? Is there anything we could have done differently or better, just point that out and things that we did well, just kind of like a speech evaluation, but for the whole meeting proceedings.
Okay.
It's easy. Yeah, just make it your own. And if you want
Okay.
a little bit more about it, you can go to Trello and to the role specifically on tonight's meeting. And then you can click on it and look at some wording about the description and what we try to grade on. But keep it general, keep it easy.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Way to go, Chris.
Old Toastmaster strong arm there. Thank you for
Yeah.
participating.
Okay, so you'll introduce me. Okay.
Hey, Chris, you want to keep this, screen on, right?
Okay, Ron. Let's go.
No, we have a second speech open, right?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So
I
who
would
wants
say
to-
somebody wants to go to pitch, guys, you're welcome. Try.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today is a big day. It's election day, so I've been constantly looking at my phone to see how the results are tracking. So we'll see. It's meeting number 477. And just to introduce myself, my name is Chirag Mapara, and I'm just Sergeant of Arms. So I set up the meeting or the room for the meeting, and I've been with the club for about 2 years, and it's been a great experience so far. So just want to share that. Just some house ground rules. Silence your cell phones and mobile devices. If you have to get up, do so quietly so that we are not disturbing the speakers. I think with that, I'll hand it over to our Toastmaster. President, yeah, President. Yeah. Alexei.
Let's follow the ritual.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Toastmasters guests. So I'm Alex Varivoda, just current president. It's kind of 6 months long role in this club. So welcome everybody. We have two guests, David and Natalia, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Natalie,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yeah.
yes, sorry. Guys, can you maybe introduce yourself kind of to the club? Just who you are, what you're looking for here, and just what's your goals? Just few words, whatever you believe is appropriate. David, let's start from you, maybe.
Sure. So I would say my goal is, I can't really say become a better speaker. I would say to learn how to speak in the first place, as far as in this kind of forum and in a professional way. I work in an area that never required much speaking, so this is a big step, and just try and advance forward.
Oh, okay, thank you, David.
Mhm.
Natalie, maybe just a few words about yourself. Welcome to the podium. Yes, would be great. Just introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Natalie. I live in Los Gatos, so I was fortunate enough to come in person. And my goal is pretty much similar to David's. I mostly used to learn a lot of information during my life and never had to too much to share this information. Now I feel like the time has come that I need to be able to learn how to do that, how to share things with everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, David, Natalie. It's pretty much same reasons why most of people state when they come here. So main reason, yeah, for professional, for personal needs, especially when you work in the position not requiring daily communication, just kind of it's hard to develop communication skills. And this is a place to try it out, develop, and there are patterns, recommendations on the Toastmaster website with all kind of passes available, pretty useful information. And you always can try on your own or follow your own path. Everything is fine. Oh, you're welcome. Hi, Maria. Allow me to introduce Maria. Yeah, this is highest authority for us, visiting us. Welcome.
Thanks for welcoming me. I'm Maria. I'm B2 area director. Nice to meet you. I'm very excited to be here today.
You're welcome. So speaking of today's meeting, we have just one speech, so we have more probably time for table topics and discussion around table topics. So let's start. I pass the podium to Toastmaster, Tom.
Alexi. Hi, Maria. Welcome. Here's our agenda for tonight. Most of you know, my name's Tom. BJ was supposed to be our Toastmaster tonight, but something came up at the last minute. And so I volunteered to be your Toastmaster tonight. Most of you are probably getting tired of seeing me up here as a Toastmaster. I was up here last week for the open house. Now here I am again. So let's try and make this the best meeting ever. That's the goal for tonight. But before we start, most of you know that my ambition is to become a professional stand-up comedian. Right now, I'm only an amateur stand-up comedian, but I'm slowly working my way. So Toastmasters provides me with a wonderful platform to share some laughter and some jokes. So if I could indulge the audience, would you like to hear a joke for tonight?
Yes.
I said, would you like to hear a joke for tonight?
Yes.
Woohoo! All right, you guys you twisted my arm. Okay, so some of you remember I told you about my friend Larry, the poor guy. He was fired from the calendar factory about a month ago. All he did was take off a few days. But you know, I ran into him and I said, Larry, I know you got fired. Did they give you any severance or anything like that? And he said, Tom, you know what? For severance, they gave me a used bag of coffee. I looked at Larry. I said, wow, yeah, they told me it was grounds for termination. Grounds for termination? Okay. Thank you. I'll keep that one in the routine. Hey, no, but seriously, thank you. Thank you. Seriously, you know what the secret is to keeping people in suspense? I'll tell you next week. Okay, let's move on with our agenda. Enough of the laughter. Let's get time to get serious. Okay. So our agenda tonight, we have one speech. Alexi will be giving a speech. Traveling is good is the title of his speech. Is this a Pathways project or just a fun project?
It's fun, but
Fun.
it's Pathway level 5, more like polishing my previous.
Perfect. Okay. And table topics tonight will be Chris Giannetti, who is at home, so he'll be doing it virtually. Chris always has very interesting table topics when he's the master. Speech evaluation, evaluating Alexi's speech tonight will be Electra, first time speech evaluator. And then we have our functionary roles. Every week we have 4 functionaries: timer, counter, grammarian, and general evaluator. Our timer tonight is Ryan. Ryan, come on up here and explain the role of timer.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan. Tonight I'm gonna be you guys' timer. So in my role tonight, I will be timing everyone as they give their speeches, their evaluations, and their table topics. And I will be holding up the cards to say when you've reached the minimum time, when you've reached halfway through your time, and then when you need to cut it off. So that'll be green, yellow, then red. And that is my role for tonight. And then at the end, I will come back up and report to everyone how they did time-wise. So thank you.
Excellent, thank you. And so one of my main jobs as Toastmasters is to make sure we keep our meeting on track. So if you're up here speaking and you see the green card, okay, then you see the yellow. When you see that red card, that means time to wrap up. Otherwise, you know, we'll be going past our allotted time. So let's try and adhere to the cards when we see them. Counter tonight, Shrug. This role of counter, what does that involve? What's that all about? Counter.
So our counter is basically have a lot of filler words when we are not paying attention, like stuff like that. So those are the words that I'll be looking for. What we recommend is to use pauses instead of a counter or instead of arms and filler words. So you can practice that. And after joining Toastmasters, I've noticed that even some executives, so you compare executives and they talk, some still do have ahs and ums, and you notice, I think it makes me realize that they have not practiced enough, but there are some polished speakers who don't have any filler words. So I'll be looking for counter and reporting to you guys.
Excellent. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Yeah, one of the goals in Toastmasters is become better public speakers, and part of that is to eliminate or reduce our use of these filler words. So during the meetings, we have the ah counter, so we're paying attention to those filler words that we may not even realize that we're using. And that's why we do it here in this room where everybody's pulling for everybody, no judgment, and we're all here to improve. Next up, our esteemed grammarian, word of the day, Carl. Carl, this role of grammarian, could you explain to the group what that's all about?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Grammar.
Grammar, that's right. I will be looking for errors in grammar and syntax and awkward phrases and nice phrases and that sort of thing. And I'll hope that also the language will be kept clean, not too much use of the F word now. Not.
Well, Maria's here. We have to make sure we don't use it at all tonight. Save it for next week.
I once got called for having said hell of a something rather, something was a hell of a good thing in this club.
Oh,
No.
you got called
Oh,
out.
yes, I got called on that, yes. And I was trying to think of something to use with amalgamate. I know we're amalgamating ourselves here in a way. The only thing I could think of, there is I think a garment workers union amalgamated. That's their title. So anyway, that might say, thank you.
And what, Carl, the word of the day, what does that mean?
Well, the word of the day
Yeah.
means to put something together. If you mix a bunch of flour and water and stuff and it explodes, anyway, that's amalgamation, not the explosion part. If you say two companies merge, sometimes that's called an amalgamation. It's to put things together. And Songhua was saying, would that apply to a sandwich where you put the, I don't think that is. So I think this is a tricky one to use, and you'll do well if you use it. Thank you.
Yeah, so the idea is to try and use it to where you can in the meeting. It's funny, you mentioned the sandwich part. I was in Subway the other day and number 3 was called the amalgamation. Number 3, so there it can be used for a sandwich. But let's try and use it when we can. And we'll do Carl will keep track of it during the meeting or report at the end of the meeting. Last but not least, first time general evaluator, we roped Kevin into this role. Chris did, twisted his arm right and left. So Kevin, this role of general evaluator, what does that involve?
Well, I was asked to take some notes and report back on the general pacing of the meeting.
Excellent. Yeah. So just look for things that caught your eye, things we did well, things we may want to consider for improvement next time. Make it your own. There's no right or wrong way to do it, and have fun with it. First time general evaluator. And we've already recognized our 2 guests tonight. We have David via Zoom and Natalie here in person. And I would just say to the 2 of you, if you're looking to improve your public speaking, you're in the right place. I started 5 years ago. I could barely stand up here and say my name. And now look at me, telling jokes, making people laugh. They can't get me off the podium. So if you apply yourself, it works. And Chris, you're raising your hand. What do you got for us?
Had to get your attention somehow. I think in honor of our area director being here, Maria, we should probably invite her to our podium. and ask her to do a formal introduction of herself, just a brief overview of her Toastmasters story, her journey, and what she's accomplished in Toastmasters so far.
Yeah, of course. So this is what Chris is good at doing. Kevin didn't want to do general evaluator all of a sudden. Kevin's doing general evaluator. Maria certainly didn't want to come up to the podium. Now all of a sudden, Maria's coming up to the podium.
Woo!
Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm really happy to come and observe your club. I've only been here for 5 minutes, but so far I feel much happier. I think this will be the highlight of my day.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've been in Toastmasters since 2 years. And I started off with High Flyers, which is a corporate club in Google. I wanted to be able to talk to people about things other than spreadsheets and sales and operations and all of that. So yeah, I met many interesting people. I've observed, I learned many interesting stories and experiences, and I hope to hear yours today. I'm really excited.
And how long have you been at Toastmasters?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And yeah, I won first place in my, what's it called? What's that one contest last year?
Oh, humor speech or
I
cocktail?
forgot. The international speech contest.
International
Yeah,
speech?
in my club.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, so
Are you still in the Google club? Or
yeah, I
okay,
am.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I've heard of Google. Yeah.
Oh, I can send you a link to visit if you want.
Oh,
Not trying to poach members or anything.
for free. Use Google for free. Maria, it's wonderful to meet you.
Welcome. Thank you.
And with Marie here again, I implore all of you, let's please be on our best behavior tonight. Let's keep it under control. No F words or anything like that. Okay.
Oh, no, feel free to be yourselves.
It's a trick. That's a trick. Don't fall for it. That's what she always says. Okay. Here we go. Time for our one and only speech tonight. Alexei, traveling is good. That's the title of your speech. Tell us about traveling and why it's so good. Come on up. Yes.
Guys, realistically, my speech is close to a prompt to speech. It just happened to be more busy than I expected, so I picked up the easiest topic I could, since I just came from a trip. So we can start the clock, I guess. I'd like to talk today about traveling, why it is good, what we can gain from traveling, visiting other place, meeting other people, learning other events. Surprisingly, I traveled a lot through pandemic stuff, right? COVID, but stopped after COVID stuff. Besides maybe just few trips, like visiting my kids here and there, like one was on the East Coast, another in LA, plus my son's graduation, but pretty much limited myself to only trips that are necessary. And just I felt like I started missing something big, but I did not feel it this much until my daughter decided to go on a trip. And as a parent, I can say many parents that I know have this kind of cultural shock. You know, your kids are small, they need you. One day, oops, they grown up and they don't need your advice anymore. That's exactly what happened to me. My daughter went into Europe for months with her friends. Luckily, several of her friends actually from Europe. So they met there, traveled for months. And it was interesting experience for me when I saw the difference between news and reality. Now, we all read the news, right? I read it periodically. So mostly all kind of violence, downturns in economies, horrible stuff right here and there. Whatever happens, especially about Europe recently. So my daughter traveled there for a month. I was shocked. Everything was fine. Everything was easy. Everybody was happy. I was surprised how young people easy communicated there. She was, whenever she came, she met like, she was welcomed everywhere. And people were helping, she was helping people. It was easy and nice, no problems at all. The only problem for me was that my assistance was not needed at all, right? Whenever I tried to help, it was ignored totally. So after that, my wife decided we have to do something about that. Our daughter traveled, we don't. And she traveled over there with a group of friends from Bay Area. Then she decided it's good there and extended her trip for another week. That's how I happened to be in Italy and dragged me there. So I thought I know history. I thought I know at least Italy to some degree. Turned out I didn't at all. I learned a lot from this travel. I tried to learn to gain some knowledge before going there, start reading all kind of forums, trip advisors, and as always just confirmed, yeah, the whole issue with all these forums and trips. Everybody talks from the experience. The problem, each one has different experience, and judge kind of have different judgments. That's exactly what happened. All these stories that were really scary turned out not true when I came there, but places where I did not expect any difficulties turned out a bit more challenging than I expected. That's a typical for lots of, I mean, when you travel. Happened to me a lot in the past, now happened exactly that time. To my surprise, coming to Rome was so easy, just flight was nice, United, thanks to United. Passport control. Passport check, the scariest part, how much time I need to schedule to get on a train because I booked a train. Turned out it took me like 5 seconds, scan my passport. And even there I got confused. The officer just, turn around my passport, put it the right way. That's it. That was the whole passport check. So I was on a train at the train station 1 hour early, didn't know what to do. The lady at the booth just took my application, changed my ticket, and off I go. So it was really nice. Then I learned the difference between private and state-owned companies in Italy. I booked the private company. Trains were on time, scheduled as expected. My wife took a connection using a state-owned company, and exactly that day when we were supposed to meet on a train, that company decided to go on strike, and the train stopped in the middle of nowhere. And pretty much everybody was on his own there. And she told it was kind of, just looking like a small nightmare, like tourists running with their luggages across the station trying to get a taxi. And small towns, there are 3 taxis for the whole town, right? And that's what happened. Finally, we met in the end, which was good, and we all happy. And from there, we just moved to Florence. And I was really surprised how much I did know about that part of the world. The biggest part, what I learned that Florence used to be what is nowadays is Silicon Valley. It was a Silicon Valley of medieval Europe. I didn't know that. With lots of big names that I know from history books and just from books, just Da Vinci, Galileo, and just to name a few, and many, many, many others. Da Vinci, of course, family. The way they all were there. The biggest surprise to me was to learn how much people knew in the past. We always consider ourselves the smartest, the brightest, right? Nowadays, of course, who else can challenge us? I was surprised to learn while visiting Da Vinci and Galileo museums that the scientists of Florence work on electricity, vacuum, actually investigated vacuum, and on electric batteries, just to name a few, by the end of 18th century. It was kind of, wow, what kind of, probably we're not the smartest one in the world. Instruments and tools that I saw there, I guess they would puzzle engineering students of nowadays. That's for sure. Very complicated tools for all kind of mathematical calculations. And of course, we visited all kind of galleries. Uffizi Gallery, turned out this is the second large after Louvre in Europe. It was amazing. Beautiful churches with beautiful pictures there, pieces of arts. From Florence, we moved to Rome, just visited Coliseum. That was a second shock because on Wednesday, when I stopped by Rome and checked everything for my wife, the train station was empty. But on Sunday, it was kind of Babylon. It was packed, crowded, super long lines everywhere for taxis, whatever. We made it. We got to Coliseum, watched it, looked into it. It was beautiful, interesting. Again, learned a lot about history. Next day, we stopped by Vatican, took a tour there. Just was a day-long tour. Just amazing. Just endless museums, churches, history museums, lots of history there. Just never kind of actually guessed about that part of the world, about that part of history. And of course, we visited all kinds of restaurants, nice places in Rome, and I was impressed by hospitality of Italians, against all stereotypes that I heard, including from my Italian friends here. So they have very skeptical view of Rome and Romans, and it was quite the opposite, interestingly enough. So it was interesting. I learned a lot. I believe my knowledge much improved, and just looking forward for the next trip. So I strongly believe that traveling really enriches us. It just gives us perspective on other places of views of other people, other cultures. And it helps us to understand our own culture, our own views, and our place in this big world. Thank you.
Thank you for that postcard of a speech. And a nice brief trip. You took us through Italy in 5 to 7 minutes. That was very nice. What we do, Maria, is every week we give our speaker feedback on our QR code, the top one. So, Natalie, you're new here. There's take the QR code, the top one, speaker feedback, load that up. It's a Google form, and we will take 2 minutes to provide Alexei with some feedback on his speech tonight. Whatever comes to mind, what do you think he did well? If there's any area of improvement you'd like to suggest for him. And then these comments are then relayed on to Alexei by Chris tomorrow. Chris, for the participants on Zoom, can they also access the form?
Absolutely. I put the hyperlink in the chat for our virtual members, so you can click
Great.
on that, go straight to the Google form and submit your feedback to speaker 1 slot.
Speaker 1, yeah. So go ahead and type in 2 minutes. So let's provide Alexei with some feedback. The feedback we give our speakers is very helpful to them. Everybody's curious about what they did well and what they could work on. So give 1 or 2, 3 things, and we will move on from there. Take 1 more minute. Another 30 seconds. All right. Let's finish up. Slow typer, so. And then when you're done with your feedback, hit the button at the bottom for next. And that will take us to page 2 of our Google form, which will be for our table topics session, which is coming up next. So table topics. Chris will be our topics master for tonight. For those of you that are not familiar with table topics, this is where we work on our impromptu speaking skills. Chris has a number of questions. We don't know what they are. Our volunteers will take on those questions and speak for 1 to 2 minutes, impromptu. There's no right or wrong answer. This is how we work on our speaking skills. This session is open not just to members, but to our guests as well, and also for our area director. She can also participate in table topics. And without any further ado, Chris, what do you got for us tonight?
Hey, Tom, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and thank you, members and guests, for being here tonight. Tom, thank you for amalgamating all the information to everything I would have said in my intro. It was a perfect transition to this segment, which is usually the most popular segment, one of the most popular segments of the meetings that we have. So we do have a serious evening. We have a lot of people that would rather be watching certain news stations and knowing where the polls are in the race tonight. Or some of us may be hiding from that, trying to have a little bit of a break and knowing that we'll wake up tomorrow or a couple of days later with some more clarity and information. So what I wanted to do is actually go completely opposite of the seriousness of that and come up with 10 very lighthearted questions that we can have fun with. There's not a necessary theme. They're just light, they're easy, they're creative, they're playful. And I want to make sure that our members like Kevin and our guests like David and Maria, even as our area director, and others that are in the room, get a chance to pick a question, get up there and get ready to speak off the cuff. And this is what we have to do sometimes. And this is when Toastmasters kicks in, just second gear, second nature. And we just seize that moment when we need to. So who's our first volunteer? 1 through 10, nothing hard. And let's have some fun with this.
Chris, you say nothing hard. Will there be any math involved?
Not necessarily in this list here. So you lucked out, Tom.
Perfect. Okay. Who wants to volunteer?
Okay.
Oh, Electra.
Electra, thank you. Round of applause for Electra, please. Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Electra, for putting yourself out there. Okay, question 1 through 10. Just pick a number, please.
10.
10. All right. You wake up tomorrow morning with a British accent. What's your first reaction? Blimey. So take 30 seconds and think about what your reaction would be and what you would say, and then have some fun with it for about 1 minute to 2 minutes.
All right. I have all of a sudden developed a British accent. And this morning I am getting up or tomorrow morning, I am getting up at 5 a.m., which is my normal wake up time. This is when I get up and I decide to work out. And I do a combination of weights for about 15 to 20 minutes. I also do, including in that, some strength training. That includes some sit-ups and butt crunches.
Oh, keep it clean.
And then I proceed to get on the Stairmaster in the garage. And that is something that I do every single day, Monday through Friday, for 30 total minutes. And then I proceed to take my vitamins, and then I get ready to go to work by taking a shower and getting dressed and putting on my makeup. And then I drive my daughter to school.
Great job, Electra. Round of applause for Electra.
But no tea and crumpets or anything like that. Okay, I mean, you're English now, no coffee and donuts. Now it's tea and crumpets.
Wow, she just really took on that character. I was thinking James Bond. I was thinking this morning routine sounds so sophisticated for some reason. I don't understand. And it's funny when you hear British actors and actresses taking on American accents and that melting away, but there's a way that we can easily pick up on English accents too. It's a lot of fun. All right, who's our next volunteer tonight? Anyone in the room or anyone online?
Don't be bashful.
David, you're up. Thank you. You're here. Your wife told you to be here for the second time, so you are up, David. All right, 1 through 9.
I will go with number 5 since I'm number 5 out of 10 kids in my family.
Wow.
No,
Fun fact. Big
number
fan.
5.
Good for you. Okay. Number 5. You are suddenly 10 years old again. What's the first thing? What's the first thing that you do? You're 10.
All right. So the first thing that I will do, we'll go wake up my brother. And we grew up in the city of Detroit. And so one of our favorite activities to do, a couple of them, was go in the backyard and juggle a soccer ball for, hour, 2 hours at a time, since we played for our local school. And that usually broke into a game of, since we have to keep it clean, we'll say horse or bottoms up if that came to it. And we would have to put our hands up against our garage, and if we lost, and get a soccer ball kicked at us very hard. So it put the pressure on you to get good very quickly. So after that, we would go ride our bikes around the neighborhood, get into whatever kind of mischief we could for the better part of probably 3 or 4 hours, and get some good drinks out of garden hoses, and maybe get a good climb up onto the elementary school on top of the roof that we went to. And that was some of our favorite pastimes. And I think that's what we would be doing if I woke up and was 10 years old again.
Nice. Great job, David. Thank you.
Thank you.
What were we going to say, Tom?
No, excellent. Yeah.
No, David, I love that you shared that. It was like you were reliving it, right? You're waking up, you're with all your siblings, and what are we going to do? We're going to kick around the ball for 2 or 3 hours. We're going to go hang out at the school. We're going to go climb around, and we're going to punish each other because maybe that was something that they told you that we needed to do. Get up there on the wall and let's do a little kick. But that's a really fun memory, and what a situation. I hope you all get along these days, and it's a blessing to have a big family like that. So who was our third volunteer? Who's our third volunteer? Someone in the room. All right.
Ryan.
Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. I was also going to mention, it's funny how when we think about kids 10 or younger or around that age running around these days, how I don't know how many of us would actually allow that to happen, right? With just thinking, what's going to happen to them if they're on the street? Who are they going to be around? What's the safety like? So that was a really nice time that you had with your family. Okay, Ryan, we have 1 through 10. 10 and 5 have been taken. What would you like?
Can I go with number 3?
Number 3. What's the most embarrassing song you secretly love to sing along to? You don't have to sing it unless you want to, but what is that song?
All right, there you go. Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna sing it, but I have been. Well, actually, I even listen. I don't actually like it that much. I don't actually like singing along to it, but it is catchy. So it's Chappelle Roan, the HOTTOGO. Hopefully you guys, no one's heard. Okay, well, I'm not gonna sing it, so you guys won't know. But I think it's very popular around kids these days, or maybe my age. I'm not sure, but I don't know the song that well. But every time it comes on, it's like just spells out the words like "hot to go," and it's very, very hip and catchy, and it just sticks in your brain, and I just hate it. So it was a couple other day I was working out, and it came up on the workout video, and the rest of the workout was just spinning through my head. And it's just please get it out. So fortunately none of you guys know the song, so I'm not
I think we're
embarrassed
gonna take you down memory road right now. We're gonna see if we can get a little bit of this right here. Let's get it going. Is this one?
I don't hear
We can't
anything
hear
from
it.
you. You probably want to get the chorus though. I'm not sure actually if it's.
All right.
I don't know if it's that clean either. So
Oh.
for the meetings,
Gotcha.
with our guest
Gotcha.
today.
Next week.
But yeah, anyways, next
Thank
week.
you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Do we have time for one more or are we good?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay. Let's do one more. Thank you, Ryan.
we have time for two more.
Two more. Okay.
Yep, two more.
Who's up?
Who's up? Don't be bashful.
Ria, Sanghua,
We
Arun,
have Nikhil. Nikhil.
Nikhil, please come on up. Look at him. Pockets out of the sweatshirt and all. He's ready to go. Okay, Nikhil, what's it going to be? We have the ones that have been taken as 10, 5, 3. Everything else is open.
2.
2. Okay, you just won a lifetime supply of your favorite food. What is it and what are your plans?
Okay. So my favorite food is like an Indian dish called as it is called as pav bhaji. It's like, it's like bread and some Indian curry. So like, if I get an unlimited supply of that, then I will first of all like throw my diet plans out of the like, out of like out in the garbage, because like these days I'm following diets and stuff. Weekdays I try to eat healthy and stuff, so I will like put it out in the garbage, and then like, have it in my lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and not worry about gaining weight, and all of those things. Maybe I will invite my friends over to, share that food, like my non-Indian friends, to, have to kind of let them also taste my favorite food. So yeah, that's what I will do.
Excellent.
Perfect, Nikhil. Thank you. Food equals culture, and sharing those moments with other people is a very special thing. Maybe even opening up like a shelter or something, right? And being able to unlimited supply, share with
Unlimited supply.
share with your whole community.
I think if I think if I had an unlimited supply, it would be kettle corn. Yeah, good kettle corn, unlimited supply. I'd have to pace myself though, but once I start eating kettle corn, I can't stop. I don't know what it is. No, you know when you have something you really like and you know you should stop, but you can't. That's what it is like for me with kettle corn. All right, Chris, who's next?
Okay, last one. So who's next? We had Electra, David, Ryan, Nikhil. Who is next? Is it
Don't be bashful. There's no right or wrong answers.
Is it
Who?
Maria's turn to do tabletop tonight?
No, it is.
You can't just
your
come
turn.
and grade our club without
Yeah.
participating. Come on.
Every time an area director comes, we ask them to participate.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks for volunteering me.
All right, so we have 1, 4, 6, 8, and 9 ready.
I'm gonna pick 9. It's my favorite number.
You do? Okay, 9, great. What's the weirdest food combination you actually love? Like pineapple on pizza or pickles on ice cream. Just something that just sounds off, but you love it.
I have a favorite food that is not fitting for the season. Can I answer that instead? I love ice cream in all seasons. Winter, winter, summer, spring, and fall. But I think perhaps my favorite season to eat ice cream is winter, because when I eat it, I don't know, I feel not only refreshed and think clearer, but I also feel that I'm one with the winter. I feel like Elsa. In fact, I was Elsa for I was so obsessed with the new vanilla ice cream that I tried from Safeway that I dressed up as Elsa for Halloween in my office, and I passed out ice cream to my colleagues. It was fun. And then later that night I went dancing downtown. I felt yeah, I love ice cream in winter.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. And thank you for sharing the secret brain food we never knew worked. So
Yeah.
ice cream. All right, back to you, Mr. Toastmaster. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I think what she's saying is if you want clear thinking, just go to the freezer and get some ice cream. I'm gonna have to try that. Yes, clear thinking. You know, the weirdest thing I like to have is, believe it or not, on a hot summer afternoon, you mix cold beer with some ice and put some 7-Up or Sprite in it. It is delicious. Don't knock it until you've tried it. Beer, 7-Up, ice on a hot summer evening. Yeah, you can thank me later. Yeah, try it. Okay, we're done with table topics. We're turning the curve coming into the home stretch. It's time for a speech evaluation. Alexi gave us this traveling postcard of a speech. Now Electra will be evaluating Alexi for 2 to 3 minutes. This is your second time or first time evaluation? First time evaluator. So Electra, come on up, and what do you have for Alexi?
Good evening. Thank you, Alexi, for your speech. I really enjoyed everything about it. I felt as though it flowed very well. It was very easy to understand the progression of where you were going in your speech. I also felt as though not only was it easy to follow, but you had a continuing theme throughout the speech, which I enjoyed following with as well, which is any preconceived notions that you might have had about traveling to some of these countries was shattered, basically, and especially maybe in Florence, where technology, you didn't expect that to be there with such, maybe you had been there before or not. I don't know. I've been there, and it's such an ancient city along with Rome, where you don't think that there's going to be much more advanced technology than what we have here in the States. I also enjoyed hearing about your family and your daughter. Was very interesting to hear that she didn't need you as much. So that was something that resonates probably for many of us in the room as far as when our children age. As far as other things that you excelled at, I think you talked about some stereotypes that you had as well. And I think the fact that Romans treated you and your family well was comforting to hear. Makes me now want to go to some of these places as well. As far as things that you might want to work on, I did notice throughout the speech that you looked down sometimes, so maybe trying a little bit more to go around the room, although that's really hard for me to do as well. But that helps people connect with you, and slowing down a little bit. But the flow is very good. I was trying to think of other things that I think also besides the preconceived notions, throughout Europe, you felt surprised. So these are things that resonated for me, and I'm sure other people in the room. And I don't have really any other, let me look here on the backside to see. I thought your clarity was very good, and your vocal variety was also very good, your tone, and you do elevate your speech so that it's not all just monotone at all. You have very good use of hand gestures throughout your speech. You're very comfortable with the audience. I gave you a 5 for that because some people get up and you can tell they're a little bit nervous, but you don't seem like you are at all. And Yeah, I think only the eye contact and then maybe slowing down a little bit. So,
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm working on right now.
okay.
Yeah, and for the guests, I started with the super monotone movable object here in my first speech. That's for the reference.
So thank you.
Thank you, Rex.
Nice job, Electra, first time speech evaluator. That wasn't that hard, was it? Oh, and you know what? Sometimes we might be a little bashful to let them know areas of improvement or challenge them, but that's why we're here. That's really why we come here is, you can pat us on the back all you want, but we want to know how we can improve. So good job there. Don't be bashful. We're here, we're not judging, we're here to support, and we're all here for the right reasons. So as long as it's done in a constructive manner, then that's what's important. And I would second what Electra said in terms of improving. Slow down the pacing a bit. And also with the eye contact, looking down. But you've improved greatly. I mean, before, like your earlier speeches, you had your head down almost the whole time. Now, much better, much better.
Sometimes up.
Oh, yeah, yeah, no, but much better. One thing I forgot to do, we need to vote for our favorite table topics participant tonight. That's page 2 of your Google form. There's a blank there just to type in the first name. We had 5 participants: Electra, David, Ryan, Nikhil, and Maria. So type in your favorite table topics participant for the evening, and Chris will tabulate those votes, and we will announce the best table topics participant at the end of the meeting. And make sure you hit the submit button at the bottom, and then that will be communicated directly to Chris. Thank you. Okay, we are now in the home stretch. Functionary reports. First up, first time timer, Ryan. How'd we do tonight? Timer report.
Guys, for the timing report tonight, I myself didn't do great. I think I was a little late hitting the start button on most of the speeches just because I if you have it out, then I look and see everyone. But so they're probably all off by a few seconds here and there. But Alexia had you at just over 7 minutes. But I think you wrapped it up very nicely when I put that red card, and you kind of brought it to a nice conclusion still without making it feel rushed, even though I think you had a little more to say. So I thought that was very good. Table topics, Electra, I had you at 1:15. David, I had 1:22. Nikhil, I had just short of a minute at 55 seconds, and Maria, I had you at exactly a minute. And then the evaluation, I didn't write it down, but Electra, you just over, you're like 3:10 evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Good. Good job, everybody tonight on keeping within the allocated time periods. Next up, our raw counter tonight, Chirag. Okay, hit us with those likes, so's, and whatchamacallit.
Sure. So I want to start by saying that I'm not the most qualified counter or filler counter, because when I was a student in school, I learned about amalgamation, but I was never taught about ahs and ums. All right. Okay, so I'll start with Alexi. Alexi, great speech, great improvement on your no filler words, like no ums and ahs, and great use of pauses. But you again had amalgamation of all these different filler words. So like, but, 7 ands, right, stuff, so, 7 so's. And at one point you said many, many, many. So I don't know if that's right use of English or not, but maybe it just emphasizes. Maybe the grammarian can help us there. Electra, so I'll go to the table topics now. Electra, no ums or ahs, no filler words. David, no filler words either. Ryan, I heard 1 ah and 1 so. And then Nikhil, you had a bunch of filler words, more than 5 you knows. And then you had so, you so twice, like once, stuff twice, and then twice. And then Maria, you had 4 ums and 2 ahs. And then Electra, in your evaluation, you had 2 arms, I think at the end when you were trying to think of what else to say. So some feedback.
Excellent. Thank you. Sharad.
Yeah, that's when those filler words creep in, is when we're letting, what are we gonna say next? And so we have a tendency to want to fill that, God forbid we don't say anything, right? We gotta fill it with a word or sound or something. Thank you, Shirag. Next up, grammarian word of the day, Carl. What'd you think of our grammar tonight?
Well, your grammar was pretty good, I would have to say. It was understandable and all of this. But you know, you're right when you talk about it being a little bit of an uncomfortable position because, you know, this is the nitpicking job. And so, but I hope it will improve people's speeches. And Alexei, you are the main speaker here, and you're the one who had the more formal speech. The other speeches, of course, are informal and one is a little bit less critical. And I would say that in your case, what you still need to work on, and you have improved over time, is the use of articles, which of course you know, and it's something that is just very, very hard to get rid of. The other thing is that strikes me is that your sentences tend to be fragmented and incomplete. You get the meaning across. There's no problem with that at all. But you make phrases that stand by themselves, no subject and, you know, excuse me. So they're a little bit incomplete and fragmented. And I think if you worked on consciously thinking about a sentence that begins and ends in the proper way and is complete like that, I think that'll be a great improvement. A couple of little nitpicking things, that's all I have. Otherwise, the word Colosseum is, you said Coliseum, just a minor thing. That's a nitpicker. What other nitpickers are there? You mentioned you were surprised at how much people knew in the past. You really meant they knew their history, and what you should have said is they know of the past. That's something there. So that's it, everybody. Electra, you know, when you have your British accent, as long as you were in your British role, you should have said vitamins and not vitamins. All right. And by the way, my favorite food is lima bean sherbet. That's if I had it, yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Carl. So Carl, lima bean sherbet, where can you find that?
Just mix up a bunch of lima beans with vanilla sherbet.
Oh, mix it together. Excellent. I'll try that with my beer and 7-Up. Be perfect. Thank you for that. Yeah, and also Alexei, you go to Florence and you talked about Da Vinci and who else did you mention? Galileo. What about Michelangelo? Of course, the master. I know, that's a long word, I know. Okay, one more functionary to go. First time general evaluator, Kevin, you're stepping up to the end of the high dive. You ready to jump off? What do you got for us?
I'm ready. Now, I don't know if there's a checklist that I should be following, so these are just some of my notes, hoping to get what we need here. We got started on time with the gallop. Shirag gave some ground rules, silence your cell phones. Alexei invited the guests to introduce themselves. Everything had a natural flow. We have a guest, well, we have 2 guests, David and Natalie. We also have Maria, the area director. Tom, you picked up the Toastmaster role at the last minute. And I enjoyed your joke. I enjoyed it last time as well. I feel like you make the meeting approachable and you balance fun with learning. You amalgamate fun with learning.
Oh, how about that? Thank you.
Okay, so then we introduced all of the different roles. The speech evaluator Electra, the timer Ryan, the counter Shirag, the grammarian Carl. And then Maria introduced herself and I enjoyed your enthusiasm. And then Alexei gave his impromptu speech, Traveling is Good. And I thought that he was very informative. And the takeaway that I got from it was news versus reality. And during that speech, I was very impressed by the attention that everyone was giving, despite the fact that a lot of people are probably tempted to be checking their phones right now, but everyone gave them full attention. And I think that says something about the people involved. And then Chris gave the table topics, and I enjoyed how playful they were, with questions such as, to Electra, if you wake up with a British accent, what is your day like? And I really enjoyed that you leaned into the British accent. David gave a great table speech about waking up at age 10, and I enjoyed that because you gave a lot of biographical details. You made it personal. We learned a lot about you just from that. Ryan talked about an embarrassing song that he would love to sing, and that is a song by Chappelle Roan, who I'm not familiar with either. So maybe it's an age thing. I think he's a little younger than I am. So then we have Nikhil, who talked about the lifetime supply of his favorite food. I didn't catch what it was called, but I think I want to try it. It sounds good. And then Tom, you added that you enjoy kettle corn, and that could be a bad thing. Maria, you talked about the weirdest food combination that you enjoy, and it's that you like ice cream all year round. And I don't blame you. I actually like it best in winter because it's not getting on your hand and getting your hands sticky. It's definitely, having lived in Boston, you got to have ice cream in the winter. Then Electra gave a speech evaluation, and despite being new to evaluating, her evaluation was well spoken, contained good analysis, was clear in content and vocally. Ryan gave a timer report, and I enjoyed that he added some context to the timing, not just reading off, the statistics, and he was very comfortable up there. Chirag is the awe counter today and was very thorough, and he added useful comments. Carl was today's grammarian, and he was very informative and gave great feedback about articles and fragmented phrases for Alexi.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Kevin. So I'll evaluate Kevin now as our general evaluator. Kevin, when we first asked you to be general evaluator, you sort of shied away from it, and that was a fantastic general evaluation. I really liked how you added your own 2 cents to it. You just didn't give us a report from top to bottom. You gave us your views on particular aspects of it, and really concise and well done. I think you're could become a permanent general evaluator in our club. How about that?
Well, thank you for that feedback.
Yeah. Thank you again. Yeah, thank you again for stepping in at the last minute. Really appreciate it. That's what we do here. Sometimes we come to the meetings and we have a handful of open roles, and we look around the room or up on Zoom, and we fill those roles as needed. And you just may find out that you have this wonderful skill that you never knew you had before. That's the fun of it. Okay. It's been my pleasure. That's the functionary roles. It's been my pleasure to be your Toastmaster tonight. Before I exit, Chris, you've tabulated the table topics, participants, the vote counting. You sent it off to Washington, D.C. It came back. Where nobody looked at their phones or anything. We're anxious. Who was voted our favorite table topics participant tonight?
Well, thank you. We did audit it, triple audit it. And tonight it is Electra with her electric impersonation of a British woman getting up in the morning, working out, and getting to work. So great job, Electra.
Excellent, excellent. Good job. Good job. Okay, that's it for me tonight. Again, it was my pleasure to be your Toastmaster. I'll turn it back over to our president, Alexi, for concluding comments. Alexi.
So thank you, guests, for joining us. David, Natalie, hope to see you next time. Maria, thank you for visiting us. When you told me the tournament content, I didn't believe it's serious, but you came. Thank you. So really great to see you here. Just few words, especially for guests.
after each meeting, we have YouTube video posted with this meeting. It's distributed through links, not just posted, not broadcasted to everybody, just specifically to participants of this meeting. We encourage everybody to take part in speeches. This is your chance, or not chance, this is your opportunity to work whatever you want to work on. Now, that was my actual topic of presentation, and the contents, district contents, we learn through repetition. That's how our brain operates. We repeat same process again and again and again. That's how we study at college, do sports, or we just learn to speak this way. Same for any other skills. We repeat it till it kind of starts coming naturally. Whatever you need, right? We all have different skills, different advantages. Of course, no disadvantages, right? But this speeches is an opportunity to speak or to practice whatever you wish to practice. Take a pass on a Toastmaster, or just go with your own pass. That's fine as well. Whatever you need. So we had people practicing here professional presentations for real presentations, for real events, or just people need it for whatever professional need or personal need or social gathering, etc. Whatever you need. So that's a good opportunity and save money, right? You already paid for that, so use it. You paid your $100, right, or whatever you paid for. That's your chance to justify return on investment through speeches. And evaluation, thank you. Like, it was really great, and Carl, appreciated your feedback, just really great. In this meeting, I was surprised to our role played here. Just more than roles, you guys really articulated it great. Really, it was just performance and so on. Appreciated. So with all that said, we can conclude the meeting. And Maria, any final word from the management, district management?
I love the energy tonight. It was so beautiful to see everyone come out and be funny. I wish you were more of yourselves. But yeah, this was but I had a really good time. This was so fun. And I love how everyone really took ownership into their roles. And Tom, I love that you stepped up last minute. Did you notice that when you said, would you like to hear a joke for tonight? The energy ramped up instantly.
I have that effect on people. I've noticed that, yes.
Yeah, and everyone did a super great job. I love your smile, your enthusiasm, and it was great. Everyone was so fun and natural. Great to
Thank
see
you. Welcome back anytime.
Okay, thank you, Maria. Appreciate it. We are noticeable, right? At the district level now. We have a connection. Now I guess our meeting comes to the end, so our small amalgamate can conclude on this point. Thank you for participating.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Alexi for